Hello again, and welcome to another vlog. And today, I want to talk a little bit about something that has to do with work. Actually, something that happened a few days back, but I decided I didn't want to get on here that day and rant and be all pissy and everything. I don't like vlogs that are like that. Vlogs that I've done in the past, it's always set really badly on my mind that I got on here and got all pissy and whiny. So I decided that despite the fact that I was pissed off the other day about something that happened at work, I was going to wait a few days before I talked about it. So anyway, what I want to talk about has to do with the title of this vlog, which is Ignorance Does Not Equal Stupidity. And this is something that I think is very prevalent in retail / customer service, any kind of jobs where you deal with people on a regular basis. Now what happened was, basically I had a couple of different incidents over the weekend where customers wanted to know all of these different specific details about products that Walmart carries, and I don't have that kind of information. And the reason why is because Walmart chooses not to train us on really specific aspects of what we sell, our products. Just like they choose not to sell every accessory that you can find out there for a certain product. They only have so much space on the shelf, and I'm sure they feel like they only have so much time and money and resources to spend on training us about every little thing. In areas that are maybe like referred to as service areas, like say the connection center with cell phones, or the TLE where they service cars and whatnot, they may give more specialized training to those people for the things that they deal with. But for a general sales associate like me in electronics, they're not going to teach me everything that there is to know about every computer, every television, every game console, every printer, every cord and cable and hookup and all that kind of stuff. They just don't. I don't know why. But why take it out on me for not knowing these things? Ignorance does not equal stupidity. Ignorance and stupidity, in my opinion, are two very different things. And while I'm not going to try to call up a dictionary definition of the two, I'm going to give what I believe to be as close to the dictionary definition as you can get. Ignorance is the lack of knowledge or information about a particular thing, object, place, person, whatever. Stupidity is a lack of comprehension and or understanding of a particular piece of information about a place, a person, a thing, an object, or whatever. Two different things. Stupidity is just simply where you can't figure it out. And I'm not going to say that I'm not stupid about things. I'm quite stupid, as we all are, about certain things in the world. Even the smartest people may have some things where they're just like, I don't know. Ignorance, on the other hand, is a completely different thing. Ignorance is something that can be solved. It can be fixed with enlightenment, with education, with training. But until a place like Walmart doles out the training to those of us who work there about every single thing that we carry every time something new comes along, I am going to be ignorant about a great many things, because when I'm at Walmart, I take the training and the information that I get from there and absorb as much of it as I possibly can. But when I step out of Walmart and I come home, the only thing I'm going to give my attention to or my time are the things that interest me. I don't give a crap about smart TV systems. I don't give a crap about Windows 8 and 8.1. I don't give a damn about tablets, cell phones, all that kind of stuff. I care about the things that I deal with on my own personal basis, and that's as far as it goes. I'm not going to waste my time here at home trying to learn stuff so that the next time I'm at work and I'm confronted with another belligerent a-hole who wants to chastise me because Walmart chooses not to give me the means that I need to fill his brain up enough that he's happy about his purchase. It's just not going to happen. I don't get paid to come here and learn about things like that. I will come home, and I have many times. I have come home and looked up something on the computer that had to do with something that someone asked me about that triggered an interest in my brain so that I wanted to know about it. If that knowledge will help somebody in the future, and that has happened before, great. But I'm not going to break my back and bend over backwards for things that Walmart won't do. And they're the multi-billion-dollar corporation that employs me. I mean, it's a matter of respect, and this kind of segues into something else. Something I've tussled with over the last week or so, and probably many times over the last several years, or maybe even as long as I've been a part of the workforce in this world. Just because I don the clothes, the dress code policy clothes, and wear the little name badge that says my name on it and says Walmart on it, and just because I know that there are people all at many levels throughout the corporation who will say that I now represent Walmart and should always represent Walmart in the best way that I can, I understand where they're coming from with that, and I like to try to do that. I like to try to demonstrate that in my work. But at the core of it all, I'm still just a human being, just like the customer out there who comes into the store and wants something. I'm just as much a person as you are. The fancy clothes and the stupid name badges and stuff do not separate me from you. It does not cause some sort of division in there where you're like, this is the Walmart person and they're going to do everything because the customer's always right. They're going to bend over backwards. They're going to give me this price that they saw online. They're going to give me this item even though it's sold out. They're going to do all this stuff, and they're going to do it because they are Walmart, and that's what Walmart is supposed to do. And suddenly I'm no longer a human being in their eyes, and I'm someone who they can punch like a punching bag and take shots at like a target. That's not the way that it is. I am a human being first and foremost. Way, way ahead of being the associate who's standing in front of you. Just because I work for some company and they give me money, we all have to have a job somewhere. Everybody has to have a job. That doesn't mean that anybody out there has the right to run over me because it's my job. So I'm starting to get to the point now where when people come to me and they're being hostile, they're being aggressive, they're being difficult, they're being hateful, I give some of that back to them. I will be right up front with them and be honest with them and say, this is Walmart. They don't give me no training. I'm being honest with you. At least appreciate and respect the fact that I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not trying to give you the answers that you want to hear. I'm giving you the answers that I have up here. And if I don't have that information, I'm going to tell you that. And if that pisses you off, your anger and your upset should be directed at the company and not at me. Just because I don't know. Just because I'm ignorant doesn't mean I'm stupid. So don't treat me like I'm stupid. I don't treat people like they're stupid, but if they start being an asshole to me, I will treat them as though, hey, you're being an ass, and I don't deserve that. And so I'm going to give you some attitude back. And I really don't care about management and all them and how they might see that as being, because I'm tired of it. I've done 17 years of retail, and all I've ever had is been generally run over by the public because they see me as something not human. And that's not right. It's not right. That's not how things should work. The customer walks in there and wants or needs something, but they should recognize the fact that I'm a person just like them. I'm a customer just like them. I spend my money at my store too, and I'm frustrated by things that we don't carry, and I'm frustrated when I can't find help, and I'm frustrated when people don't know things, but I also understand how it works, so I don't take it out on my fellow associates, and I wouldn't go to another Walmart and take it out on them. The only time, in my opinion, where an associate should be taken to task for something like that is like if I walked into a store in another state or something, and I walk up to the counter and I said, "Excuse me, can I get some help?" and somebody's just like turns around and walks away or something, that would be one thing. But when you stand toe to toe with me and look me in the eye and say, "Sorry, but I don't know this," I'm not going to be like, "You're an idiot." And I certainly, well, I could go on and on and on about the things that I've heard from customers, but the whole question like, well, is there anybody else here who would know? Go ask somebody if you want to find somebody who knows. How am I supposed to know if somebody else knows? I don't take care of everybody else in the department because I'm not the department manager. My department manager is an incredibly intelligent guy and is a very good boss. But he himself also stumbles into things that he doesn't know anything about. Why? Because we are not fitted with that training. We are not given those tools. I don't know if they just expect us to learn all this stuff on our own, but I'm not wasting my time away from work on things that involve work, other than shit like this, because I'm sure that there are people out there who would say, you're wasting your time talking about work. But I don't have anybody to come and talk to here about it. And sometimes I do have to get this stuff off my chest. It's just how it works. So, and that made me think of something too. I think I kind of deviated from this point, but how frustrated I am that there are so many things out there in this world that affect all of us and our livelihoods and our happiness and our well-being. There's so many systems in place that don't look at us as human beings, as people with emotions, as people with feelings, as people with problems and issues that we deal with. We are just seen as statistics, as a figure, as a number, as an object. And it's bullshit. It's horrifying that there are so many things out there that treat people like that. For example, I'm not ashamed to say I've tried to apply for food stamps before. I figured if I had food stamps that would get food into my house for myself and my daughter when she's here, that would help loosen the load of the rest of my money for bills and whatnot. And yes, I know it looks like I'd probably go freaking crazy on this stuff. Hopefully I wouldn't. I'm trying not to do that. But if I were to have food stamps right now, I wouldn't have to sweat the power bill, the water bill, those different bills that I have that come along that make it where I have to decide on food or a utility bill being paid. But despite submitting all the numbers for what I spend on all of my utilities, my rent, my child support, and how much I make, I get turned down. So I get left out in the dust and the dirt while I come in every day at Walmart and see all these people who get food stamps and all that, and I'm thinking to myself, they probably don't work or work very little. But because I do work, because I get money, and that's the reason why I have so many things to pay, including the child support, there's no reason to give me any sort of extra assistance. So I'm screwed while the deadbeats get all the stuff that they ever need. And I know a lot of people are on welfare and food stamps for really legitimate reasons, but we all know that there's a shitload of people out there who are taking advantage of the system and living off of it. And all I want is some help to make sure I've got food on the table for me and my daughter. And now I'm having my child support directly garnished out of my wages because I'm so broke right now. I have not been able to pay my ex-wife the amount that is expected of me on the certain days of the month. Sometimes she has to wait a little while. She decided to push it and have it taken out directly, so now I'm really, really screwed. But once again, if I tried to talk to somebody about it and say, these are all the things that I'm dealing with right now, and these are the kinds of bad situations I'm being put into because of this, they would just say, statistics and figures and numbers, and you're an object and you're not a person, and we don't care about what's going on in your life. This is what you owe, and I know I owe that money. I accept that responsibility, but I'm just asking for some leeway, because if I can't pay for my bills or my rent and I'm out of a job and out of a place to live, then who doesn't get money then? Nobody. I hate being seen in this world as nothing but a statistic on a piece of paper or in a computer database. It's lower than being alone and depressed and having the anxiety issues that I have. It's even lower to know that somewhere out there I am nothing more than just a little tiny blip on a screen. So anyway, that was all that I really wanted to speak on in this vlog. Just frustrated with stuff, frustrated with the way other people seem to view me as an associate at Walmart, frustrated with how I'm viewed by the system, as how I'm nothing but just a little number. I'm nothing but a name without a face. It's not fun, and I know there's lots of other people who understand what I'm going through, but I just wanted to talk about it. And I'm going to do something in my vlogs for a little while. This is just sort of a goal that I want to take down. People who've watched enough of these vlogs know that I do a lot of YouTube watching. There's nothing on there back there right now because I haven't got started for the day. But due to the summer and my daughter being here on my days off and me not having some of that core time that I have to keep up on my favorite YouTubes, I have a pretty large watch later queue right now. My number at this moment for videos in that queue, and I kid you not, is 371 videos. I'm about to go on vacation in a week from this coming Friday, and my daughter goes back to school next week. I'm going to start hammering those videos out. I already try to watch as many as I can every day after work or whatever, but I tend to fall asleep and I tend to get interrupted by it. But I'm going to update that number every time I do a new vlog, and I'm hoping that within about 2 weeks from now, I'll have it down to less than 50. And that's quite a bit, because that's quite a few to get watched, because there's always new videos added every day. I think I added about 20 new videos that had popped up today from all the channels I like to watch. And my daughter will be over later, and I have to go to her open house for her school here in about an hour and 20 minutes. So it's going to impede my ability to catch up over the next couple of days. The next time I vlog, it may actually be over 400, but I'm hoping that after that it's going to start going down for good. So I'm just laying that out there as my own personal little thing. Every video, I'm going to say how many videos I have in that watch later queue, and try to knock it out in a couple of weeks. Because I want to start watching my movies that I've bought. I want to start playing games that I have sitting around here waiting that are just collecting dust. It's time to get started on that. And with the school year coming back and vacation coming up, it's a great time as any to do it. So anyway, that was kind of pointless, but just putting it out there. Follow along with my YouTube watching adventure for the next couple of weeks, and we'll see what I can get knocked out. Okay, I'm done rambling. I'll talk to you later.